friends, it's great to be back with you. If you and I have not met, my name is Emma Lou with Heartfelt Creations. Welcome. We're going to have a lot of fun making a shaped shaker card in the form of a butterfly. Are you excited? I cannot wait to show you how to create this beautiful one-of-a-kind butterfly the easy way. And if you're like many of my crafting friends, you might even struggle with creating shaker cards. So we're going to unwrap this card piece by piece, and we will get you started on recreating this beautiful, stunning shaped butterfly card the easy way. Now, this is an absolutely fantastic stamp and die combination to create many different styles of cards. Here we have it on a 5.5 by 4 1/4 card, so it kind of looks like it's flying off the side, so it's like a shaped card front panel. So lots of different ways to recreate this one-of-a-kind card. You can even do it and go all out, do lots of florals with it, and do like an easel butterfly card. So lots of variations on how you can create and use this beautiful one-of-a-kind butterfly. Here it was done on vellum with some cardstock. So hopefully this starts to get your creative juices going. So with this one, we'll start piece by piece and step you through. So we started out by just folding a piece of cardstock to create our card base, and all I did was just go ahead and pull out the large piece of the die. And when I laid that onto my card base, I made sure that the top of this die extended over the fold a little bit so it doesn't cut that off. And before we proceed, you'll want to know which die are we talking about. So this comes from the large floral butterfly, and we're popping that in the description below. And hey, if you are just joining us, don't be shy. Let us know where you're watching from and what you love about this card. Like, tell me what you see yourself creating with it and who you'd love to give this to. Or maybe you just love creating with butterflies, right? There's so much symbolism with butterflies, and they're so delicate, so beautiful, and can be used for so many different occasions. So this one has 4 pieces, and it has incredible versatility, as you'll see while we're using it. We're also going to be stamping the large floral butterfly, which is our next step. This is a stunning butterfly that has exquisite detail. You can do so much with it. You can glitter in these images. You can do just a monochromatic coloring with it. You can do so many different fun things with it. But today I'm going to do what I call kind of a monochromatic inking technique. So what you're going to want to do is, I am using Paradise Teal archival ink, and you can experiment with different colors you have in your creative toolkit, but I am going to ink up probably about 3/4 of this butterfly, okay? So the next step is going to be inking it up with magenta hue. Now this is where you kind of do that monochromatic color. I'm going to come in from the side, cover one area that was not covered yet, and then we're just going to go back and we'll approximately cover about half of the center that we'd covered with the Paradise Teal. And so that really pretty much gives us a 3-toned color. And I absolutely love how this turns out. Each time it's a little bit different, but it really brings out some colors that you might not even have in your ink or your inks, because of the different coloring techniques that has. So you have that beautiful, so you kind of have that pink and a purple and kind of like that Paradise Teal in there. So once you have stamped that, you're going to go ahead and you're going to cut it out with that outline die. Where did it go? Here we go. Oops, it wanted to run away from me. So we're going to go ahead and just cut it out with the outline die. Now there is another die that fits the butterfly right up to the center. So you can sometimes, depending on what you're doing, you would use this die to cut it up if you're wanting to cut right up to the edge of the stamped image. But today, for what we're doing, we aren't going to use that one. So I'm just going to pop some of my extra pieces to the side, and we're going to go ahead and glue this piece on. Isn't that just so stunning? I love how that turns out. So typically when I glue this down, I will follow my cardstock design like this, and we're just going to go ahead and match this up. Your next step is going to be adding your shaker element, okay? So for your shaker element, what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and cut out a piece like this. Now, this paper that I used was from the Floral Butterfly paper collection, and I want you to just take the outline die, and then you're actually going to go ahead and you're going to cut the inside piece. So this is the decorative piece, and you're going to go ahead and cut out the decorative piece. What that's going to do is that's going to give you this outline. So it gives you a little bit more of a wider outline. And it's also going to give you this cutout piece. Now I layer this cutout piece on some cardstock to make it a little bit stiffer as well. So before we go ahead and layer this into our shaker element, I wanted to show you a quick technique. Do you want to see this? We have a sentiment that we stamped around the edges here. It's called Sending You a Hug, and that's actually a lengthy sentiment. I'm just going to do part of it for today because I do like to clean it in between, and I don't have anything on my table to clean it right now, but that's okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and ink up the Sending You part, right? So you're going to go ahead and you're just going to arch that along the side, okay? So this is actually, you know what, I'm going to twist this a little bit so you can kind of make a curve into that sentiment. I forgot to do that earlier when I laid it on there. And I use what I call the eyeballing technique. So it's not always going to be perfect. So just, oops, there we go. That kind of bounced around a little bit. So you have that Sending You, and then you can go ahead and clean off your stamp, and then you can do the hug part. You know what? I better not do that. I was going to say I could maybe just wipe it off, but no. But just make sure this is clean, and then ink up the hug part, and that will be stamped along the opposite edge. So that's just a quick tip if you need to modify some sentiments. So with this, your next step is going to be, this is one that I had both of the sentiments stamped already, and I went ahead and I glued a clear cardstock on the back. If you don't have clear cardstock, we have great clear cardstock. I just wanted it to be dry for the video today so that we don't have any what I call leaking. But then what I get asked a lot is how do you create the foam pieces around, say, like a shape design so that it doesn't leak. So what you want to do is you want to have thin foam adhesive. And when you're adding these adhesive strips, the basic tip is you always want to make sure that when you put this piece in there, that it bumps up really tightly to the last piece that you spliced. And I do a lot of splices if I'm going around like sections, okay? So you'll just go ahead and just kind of curve that. And then I'm going to get a long strip. Now, if you don't have really thin, long adhesive foam dots, or not, foam strips, we will link those in the comments below and also in the description so that you have a link to that, because it is the key to making sure that you have a great outcome when you are creating a shaker card. Because let's face it, if you have a foam that's too wide, it's really hard to make it go around like tight curves. And plus, I mean, for this one, it has a pretty tight edge. So you want to make sure that everything's tight and comes together very well. So with this, one of the things that I always look for is I'll look on the inside, make sure that I don't have any openings. It's kind of like having an opening in your fish tank. You don't want it to leak, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and, where did my glitter go? I had it, I feel like oh, right here, it's right by my hand. So I'm going to add some crystal clear glitter inside my shaker, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to dump a little pile of that glitter on the inside. So, excuse me, you can add as much or as little as you want, but one thing I do like to make sure I do is keep it away from the area that the foam is going to be coming down on, so that when you bring your foam down, you'll always have a great adhesion to your paper, okay? So you'll have lots of little pieces that you're pulling out. So tell me what you've loved about what you've learned so far. I find that this card is such a fun technique. Lots of techniques blended into one card, whether it's the monochromatic inking, it's the butterfly, and the butterfly can be used so many different ways. Here's a top tip. When you purchase any of our stamp dies or products, if you type in the item number when you go to heartfeltcreations.us, you can type the item number in our search box. It'll bring up an image of what you bought. You click on it, and there's going to be more videos and samples that our designers from all around the globe have designed with that specific product. So that makes that you have that guarantee of when you're at home and you need more inspiration of how you can use something in a versatile and unique way. I mean, say your creativity is stuck and you just need to have some inspiration. That's a great, easy tip and technique to find the inspiration that you're looking for. So all you have to do is once those pieces are pulled off, you'll just go ahead and match this on top. Just lay that down, and you have that beautiful one-of-a-kind card. You just press it down. I make sure everything is sealed off very beautifully before I shake any of that glitter around, okay? Now you could put prills in the center. You can do lots of different mediums in the center, just something that you love. Now isn't that just beautiful just on its own? Like I just love how that comes together. And you might have to like kind of, you know, make it go back and forth a little bit because it was kind of bunched in the center. But then from there you can just go ahead and pull up these butterfly wings. If you love glitter and you love the chunky glitter I was showing, which was the crystal glitter, this is a very elegant, chunky glitter that makes a project just come to life so quickly, and everybody loves it. What did I do with my tidy tray? I think I did something with it. I might have put it in the wrong drawer. Let's see. I think I did. No. Yep. Right here it is. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and sponge a little bit of color onto the butterfly. I'm going to do a little bit of the magenta hue. Not a lot, just a little bit of a hinge of pink. You can add as much or as little to this as you want. And then you're going to go back and you're going to sponge some glue on here and add some quick glitter. This is a very quick tip, and it's a really takes your project from zero to hero. So just put a bunch of glue on like a Hydra sponge or something that's just a cheap throwaway sponge, and go ahead and just sponge over the butterfly. All the areas that you want to add some quick glitter to, just go ahead and sponge those areas, and you will have some really sparkly effects. Like who doesn't love glitter? And glitter and butterflies are just magical, right? So we're just gonna go ahead, and you have that beautiful glittery butterfly. Or like, isn't that just stunning? I love how that turns out. Okay, so once you have that done, you are ready to add this to your project, right? So I am just adding a foam dot in the center so that those wings are free to fly. So we'll go ahead and just pull these off, and we'll just match that with the center, and you have that beautiful butterfly. So it's kind of like a 3D effect. It reminds me kind of like when you go to an aquarium and you have these beautiful fish floating in the background. It's kind of like you hold up the wings and you see just a lot more elegance and beauty with that. So this card is perfect for mailing, or if you want to do something that has more of like the vellum and the stamp. Like this is the exact same stamping technique, but has a covering of vellum over the top, and using an A2 size card. So beautiful. It has your dimension, but it's perfect and flat for mailing, which is awesome. So from here, you can accent it with some little florals if you want to. Within the Floral Butterfly collection, we launched a set that's called Floral Butterfly Accents, and that has some elements of flowers and a fern and a smaller butterfly that are just great as pieces to kind of add as accents if you want to add some small butterfly accents. Now, before I show you some more samples of what you can do with this, I wanted to tell you as a special thank you for watching today. If you don't have the butterfly, or maybe you've had some other dies that have been on your wish list, here's your chance to get a free die with a $50 purchase. Just enter coupon code 981625, and that expires on June 9th. So make sure you take advantage of that when you shop with us at heartfeltcreations.us. So isn't that just stunning? Tell me what you love about this. It's super fun to create, simple to do, and you can do so many different color combinations. Like if you go to our website, it is just loaded with different, like you can do bright aquas and blues and all those fun colors as well. So again, here is just adding a vibrant fuchsia around the edges, or you can create more of a white, just a subtle, soft aqua in the background with a vellum, which is and adding those glitter accents. Another, you know, if the large butterfly is not your jam, which most people just absolutely love the versatility of that, we also have a set called Small Floral Butterflies. This has kind of all your small and medium, kind of your in-between sizes. And I'll just show you a couple examples of that. Here's one where the designer did a lot of detailed coloring and then added a clear accent with gold embossing on the top, which is super, super stunning. Here's one where it's an accent on a card with the magnolias. So you can do lots of beautiful things. And here's one that's just, you know, thinking outside the box, right? small A2 size card using the large butterfly and then cutting that opening, doing a fish line, and having that butterfly. You could do any butterfly in the center that fits your opening. Here's one that's on a slimline card, so you have the butterflies going up the center, which is stunning how that all comes together. You can even use them on gift baskets. So lots of fun ways to recreate these the easy way, and just use some of your favorite color combinations. Like, what I love about these is, you know, when you're creating those card projects and you're like, it just needs something, right? All the butterflies I showed you with all the different sizes are the perfect accents to just fill in those little spots. Or if you're a crafter and you make, you know, a mistake, or you make a little ink smudge or glitter smudge, you know, Lord knows what happens when we're crafting. These little butterflies are the perfect accent to pop on top, right? There's never a mistake in crafting. So hopefully this inspires you to recreate your own magical, one-of-a-kind shaped shaker butterfly cards. And again, if you have some of those dies on your crafting wish list, or you don't have the butterfly yet, this is your chance to get it, and you qualify for a free die of your choice with a $50 purchase. And again, that code is 981625, and that expires on June the 9th. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you next time. Bye.